close your eyes. Take a slow breath in. And as you exhale, release everything you've been trying to control. Release the thoughts that say, "It should have been different." Release the pressure to fix what's not yours to fix. Release the ache of what could have been. In this moment, you are safe. In this moment, you are held. In this moment, you are being guided by something higher, something wiser, something deeply loving. I am safe in this moment. I am open to divine peace. I allow the miracle of acceptance to find me. The miracle of acceptance does not arrive with lightning or sound. It arrives quietly, like dawn, touching the edges of the sky with light. It enters slowly, like the tide, filling the empty places in your heart. You do not chase it. You do not earn it. You simply allow it to find you. Oh, I don't have to search for peace. Peace is finding me now. Ooh, the miracle is already in motion. Every experience you've lived, every tear, every joy, every loss has led you here. To this gentle pause, to this sacred remembering, you are not broken. You are becoming. Sometimes the universe doesn't change the situation. It changes you. It strengthens your spirit. It deepens your faith. It teaches your heart how to rest in divine trust. I trust the process of my life. I believe in divine timing. Even this is working for my good. Now, breathe again. Deeply, softly, slowly. With every breath in, feel light entering your heart. With every breath out, feel heaviness leaving your body. If your heart has been holding pain, let it soften. If your mind has been holding worry, let it go. If your soul has been searching for meaning, let it rest. You don't need to know why. You only need to know that you are loved. Deeply, endlessly, unconditionally loved. I am loved. I am guided. I am supported by divine grace. Acceptance is not about giving up. It's about opening up. It's saying, maybe I don't need to understand everything right now. Maybe peace can exist even without all the answers. When you accept this moment, as it is, something begins to shift. The storm quiets. The mind softens. And suddenly, you feel a small miracle rising within you. The miracle of peace returning home. Phew. I allow life to unfold as it is meant to. I surrender to divine order. Peace flows through me now. Now imagine a soft, golden light above your head, the energy of divine acceptance. It begins to descend slowly, wrapping around you like a warm blanket. This light does not ask questions. It does not judge your journey. It simply holds you, fully, gently, lovingly. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, learning what your soul came here to learn. I am where I am meant to be. Everything is unfolding in divine timing. The universe is guiding me toward peace. Every breath you take is proof that life still believes in you. Every sunrise is a message that grace hasn't left your side. And every quiet moment, like this one, is an invitation to stop fighting and start trusting. The miracle is not in changing what has happened. The miracle is in accepting that what has happened is part of something greater, something you will understand in time. I release the need to understand. I choose to trust instead. Acceptance brings me peace. Now bring your awareness to your heart. Feel it beating, steady, faithful, alive. It has carried you through joy and sorrow. It has broken, and it has healed. And yet, it continues to love. It continues to trust. It continues to hope. Place your hand gently over your heart and whisper, "Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for beating through it all. Thank you for never giving up on me. My heart is healing. My spirit is resting. My soul is learning peace. Is already happening. A miracle of acceptance is already happening. You don't need to force it. You don't need to beg for it. You only need to breathe and allow it to unfold naturally. Feel it now. That soft warmth rising in your chest. That quiet calm spreading through your body. That gentle knowing that says, all is well. 2. All is well. Peace is finding me. The miracle of acceptance is here. Stay in this stillness. Let your breath move like waves. Slow, steady, unhurried. Let your heart expand in love. Let your soul rest in faith. You don't have to seek the miracle. You only have to let it find you. And it will. Because the moment you stop resisting life, life begins to heal you. I surrender. I allow. I receive the miracle of acceptance. It is done. It is sealed. It is manifest now, under grace, in perfect timing, in divine peace. Take another deep, quiet breath. Inhale peace. Exhale tension. Let your body relax into this moment. You don't have to be anywhere else. You don't have to fix anything right now. Just be here, in the soft truth of what is. I release my resistance. I accept this moment as it is. Peace flows through my acceptance. Resistance is the invisible weight that keeps the soul tired. It whispers, "This shouldn't have happened." It fights the present, clings to the past, and fears the future. But the moment you stop resisting, the moment you breathe and whisper, "Maybe this too is sacred," something shifts. Life softens. The mind quiets. And you begin to see that peace was never gone. It was only hidden behind your resistance. I stop fighting life. I trust divine order. Even this moment is part of my healing. Now imagine you are standing in front of a river. The water moves freely, calm, continuous, effortless. You see a branch caught in the current, fighting to go upstream, twisting and struggling against the natural flow. That is what resistance feels like. It drains your strength. It makes you tired. It pulls you away from peace. And then you see another branch. It's not fighting. It's floating. The current carries it gently downstream. It doesn't resist. It trusts. And somehow, it still reaches where it's meant to go. Without struggle, without fear. I let go of struggle. I float in the river of divine flow. Life carries me where I need to be. There was a time you thought peace would come only when everything changed. But peace comes the moment you change. When you decide to stop fighting what is and begin embracing what is present. Acceptance doesn't mean you like it. It means you understand that everything is working toward your growth, even when it hurts. It means you trust that behind every delay, every disappointment, every unanswered prayer, there is divine intelligence at work. I stop fighting the present. I trust in what I cannot yet see. Everything is happening for my highest good. Breathe again, slowly, gently. As you inhale, imagine light entering your body. As you exhale, release the urge to control. Let your breath remind you, peace doesn't need to be chased. It's here. It lives beneath the noise. It's the natural rhythm of your being. Peace is my natural state. I return to the stillness within. I release all resistance and rest in divine calm. Think of the times when you wanted something so badly. An answer, a healing, a change. And the harder you tried, the further it seemed to slip away. Then one day, you stopped trying. You sighed. You surrendered. And almost instantly, something shifted. That's the moment resistance lifted. That's when divine timing took over. The universe doesn't respond to force. It responds to faith. And faith begins when resistance ends. I choose faith over force. I trust the divine process unfolding through me. My surrender creates space for miracles. Now, let's go deeper. Close your eyes. Feel the energy around you. Calm, still, loving. Imagine that every worry, every doubt, every thought that says, "This shouldn't be happening," is a leaf resting on the surface of your mind. And now, see those leaves gently floating away, one by one. The river carries them effortlessly downstream. You don't have to hold on to any of them. You don't have to fix or chase them. Just let them go. I let go of what I cannot control. I release the need to understand everything. I allow peace to take the place of resistance. When you stop resisting what is, you begin to see that every moment, even the painful ones, carries wisdom. The loss that broke you taught you how to love deeper. The delay that frustrated you taught you patience. The ending that hurt you made space for a beginning that will heal you. Every experience is a teacher, and every challenge is part of divine design. I accept my journey with grace. I trust the wisdom of every experience. Nothing is wasted. Everything is sacred. Take a few slow breaths. As you inhale, breathe in the energy of peace. As you exhale, let go of all resistance left inside you. With every breath, you are becoming lighter. With every release, you are becoming freer. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your heart open. Feel the calm energy of acceptance filling you completely. I let go. Oh, I trust. I allow peace to flow through me. Now imagine a soft golden light wrapping gently around you. It is warm. It is steady. It is alive. This is the energy of divine acceptance. It moves through you and whispers, "You don't have to fight anymore. You are safe to rest. You are safe to trust. You are safe to be." Let that truth sink into your soul. You no longer have to resist what is. You can breathe. You can rest. You can begin again, in peace. I stop resisting. I begin allowing. I am safe to trust life again. Ah, the miracle of acceptance is unfolding within me now. And so it is. It is done. It is manifest, under grace, in divine timing, in perfect peace. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, release the belief that you have to be strong all the time. Let your shoulders fall. Let your heart soften. You have carried enough. Now is the moment to rest in wisdom, not in willpower. Acceptance is not giving up. It is not saying, "I no longer care." It is saying, "I trust that even this moment holds meaning beyond my understanding." It is the courage to let love continue its work, even when you can't yet see the purpose. Acceptance is my strength. Letting go is wisdom, not weakness. I trust that divine love knows more than I do. There is power in your surrender. There is wisdom in your stillness. You do not lose by accepting what you cannot change. You gain peace, energy, and clarity that struggle could never give. Life becomes lighter the moment you stop fighting what already is. In that space of allowing, grace moves in. Peace replaces panic. And you realize that truth isn't found in holding on. It's found in knowing when to let go. I am strong enough to release what no longer serves me. I choose peace over control. My power grows when I trust divine wisdom. Now, imagine standing at the edge of a calm lake. The water is still. The sky above it reflects perfectly in the surface. When the wind blows, the water ripples, and the reflection distorts. But the sky hasn't changed. It's still perfect above. Only the surface moved. That's what acceptance does. It calms the wind of your thoughts, so you can see clearly again. When your inner waters are still, divine truth reflects perfectly through your life. When I am still, I see truth clearly. Peace returns when I stop struggling. My calm invites divine wisdom to guide me. You may have been taught that strength means endurance, effort, pushing through pain. But real strength is silent. Real strength is surrendering the need to control outcomes. It is trusting that what falls away was never meant to stay, and what stays will never leave you without purpose. It takes strength to accept that not everyone will understand your path. It takes courage to release what no longer fits the person you are becoming. And it takes divine wisdom to know that endings are also beginnings, wearing a different name. I am brave enough to let go. I am wise enough to wait in peace. I am guided enough to trust what unfolds. Now breathe again. And as you inhale, imagine breathing in calm, silver light. It fills your heart with serenity. As you exhale, feel any tension or need to prove yourself melt away. You don't need to prove that you're strong. You already are. Because you are still here, still believing, still becoming. My calm is my strength. My faith is my foundation. My trust is my victory. Acceptance is not a sign that you've lost control. It's a sign that you've given control back to divine love, where it was always meant to be. When you accept life as it is, you create room for what can be. The moment you say, "This is where I am," the universe begins to rearrange everything in your favor. I trust the higher plan. I open my hands so blessings can flow in. I surrender, and peace fills the space. Now imagine divine light entering through the crown of your head. It is soft and golden, glowing with wisdom. It travels slowly through your mind, dissolving old beliefs that say, letting go is failure. Feel those thoughts melt away like clouds dissolving into the sky. In their place, clarity remains, peace remains, truth remains. Letting go is an act of divine intelligence. The universe works through my surrender. What is meant for me always finds me. You do not lose by trusting divine timing. You do not fall by allowing yourself to rest. You rise, quietly, beautifully, gracefully, like the sun returning after a long night. Even in your stillness, creation continues. Even in your silence, divine love moves mountains for you. Because surrender is not the end. It is the beginning of miracles. My peace activates miracles. My surrender invites divine solutions. I am guided by unseen grace. Now place your hand on your heart again. Feel the calm rhythm of your life pulsing beneath your palm. You are alive. You are healing. You are returning to peace. There is nothing to force. There is nothing to fix. Everything is unfolding as it should. Whisper softly to yourself, I choose peace. I choose acceptance. I choose trust. And in choosing trust, you are choosing strength. You are choosing divine wisdom over human worry. You are choosing to let love lead the way. I walk in divine wisdom. I am supported by infinite love. I rest in peace, knowing all is well. The wisdom of acceptance is not loud. It is quiet. It doesn't rush. It doesn't demand. It simply whispers, be still and know. Be still now. Know that everything is unfolding perfectly. Know that divine love has not forgotten you. Know that peace is not coming. It's already here. I am wise enough to trust. I am strong enough to rest. I am ready to let miracles find me. And so it is. It is done. It is sealed, under grace, in divine timing, in perfect peace. Would you like me to continue with section 3? The quiet miracle that changes you. Next, where the meditation gently shifts into the moment, when acceptance begins to transform pain into peace. You said yes. ChatGPT said. SEC Tioan 3. The quiet miracle that changes in meditation-based speech. Slow, spiritual, and heart-centered. Designed for 1 hour looped listening with calm. Rhythmic affirmations that help the listener feel divine healing unfold through acceptance. Take a slow breath in. Hold it for a moment. Now exhale and feel the release. The air leaving your body carries away tension, fear, and resistance. Each breath is a small miracle, proof that life still moves through you, quietly, faithfully, lovingly. Now whisper softly in your heart, I am open to quiet miracles. I trust that healing is already happening. Peace is finding me now. The greatest miracles rarely arrive with noise or lightning. They come quietly. They unfold gently, like morning light spreading across the sky. You do not notice the exact moment night turns into day. Yet it happens. In the same way, acceptance transforms you silently. Moment by moment, thought by thought. One morning, you simply wake up and realize the pain doesn't hurt the same. The burden feels lighter. Your heart, though scarred, is calm. That is the miracle of acceptance. The invisible transformation that takes place in the stillness of surrender. I may not see it yet, but healing is happening. Peace is slowly rewriting my story. The miracle is already in motion. Imagine a garden after a storm. The ground is wet, the air still heavy. But beneath the soil, seeds are awakening. The storm didn't destroy the garden. It nourished it. The rain that seemed painful was the water that made new life possible. That is how divine love works. It uses even the storms of your life to water the seeds of your growth. What felt like loss becomes the root of strength. What felt like breaking becomes the birth of a deeper peace. My challenges are watering my growth. Even pain can be sacred. I am becoming stronger through surrender. The miracle of acceptance changes your vision. You begin to see meaning, where before there was only confusion. You start noticing beauty even in broken places. You stop asking, why did this happen to me? And begin whispering, maybe this happened for me. That is when life shifts. That is when divine timing reveals its purpose. You see that every delay, every detour, every unanswered prayer was not rejection. It was protection, redirection, preparation. Everything is unfolding perfectly for me. I trust divine detours. I am guided, even when I don't understand. Now place your hand over your heart again. Feel it beating, steady, strong, alive. This rhythm is your reminder that you are connected to divine life itself. You don't have to make your heart beat. It beats on its own. You don't have to force healing. It unfolds naturally through your faith. Every beat says, you are still here. Every breath says, you are still loved. Every moment says, you are still chosen for peace. I am healing without effort. I am guided without struggle. I'm supported by divine rhythm. Acceptance teaches you that you never heal by fighting reality. You heal it by embracing it with love. You stop running from the pain and start listening to what it came to teach you. Every ache has wisdom hidden inside it. Every tear carries the seed of clarity. Every loss opens the door for something higher to enter. I accept my lessons with love. I welcome divine understanding. My pain is transforming into peace. The miracle of acceptance also teaches patience, because the universe works in divine time, not human time. You may not see the shift immediately, but every quiet moment of trust builds energy in the unseen. Every breath of faith opens another door. Every I surrender creates space for divine rearrangement. It is not your job to make the miracle happen. It is your role to stay aligned with the energy that allows it. I wait in peace, not impatience. Divine timing is always perfect. I trust that what is mine is on its way. Now imagine yourself surrounded by a soft, golden light. It flows around you like a gentle breeze, warm and calm. This light is divine love, always present, always patient. It whispers softly, "You are safe now. You don't have to fight anymore. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should." Let this light enter your heart. Let it fill the spaces that once held fear. Let it replace anxiety with calm assurance. I rest in divine love. I am carried by the universe. Ah, I am safe to let go. The quiet miracle does not always change your surroundings. It changes you, your perception, your vibration, your entire relationship with life. It teaches you to find beauty in simplicity, to smile again after loss, to breathe again after breaking. You realize that peace was never lost. It was only waiting for your acceptance to awaken it. Peace lives inside me. I am whole, even in my healing. I am free to move forward with love. So breathe again. Inhale gratitude. Exhale control. Let this quiet miracle continue its work within you. You don't have to understand it. You only have to allow it. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are living inside one. The miracle is me. My acceptance is healing my life. Al is well in my soul. And in this calm, sacred moment, peace expands, love flows, and divine harmony restores all things. The miracle of acceptance is complete, and yet it continues endlessly. In every breath, every thought, every heartbeat. Take a slow, gentle breath. And as you exhale, feel yourself soften. Soften your mind. Soften your expectations. Soften your heart. You have spent so long trying to make life love you. Working harder, proving yourself, hoping for approval, chasing peace. But now, you learn a different way. You stop chasing love, and you start allowing it. You stop fighting life, and you start letting life love you back. I no longer chase. I allow. I am open to receive love in all forms. Life is loving me in ways I can finally feel. The moment you accept life as it is, you stop standing in the way of love's return. Acceptance opens the door for the universe to move closer to you. It says, I am ready to receive without resistance. And the universe answers instantly, with ease, with beauty, with divine surprises. You do not have to beg life to be kind to you. Life is kind. It was simply waiting for you to stop guarding your heart. It was waiting for you to stop expecting pain, so that it could finally deliver peace. I am open to divine kindness. I am ready for ease. I let love in without fear. Now imagine a gentle light descending from above. It touches the top of your head and moves slowly through your body, melting the walls you've built to protect yourself. Each wall was built from old stories, stories of hurt, of disappointment, of fear. But those stories do not define you anymore. They were chapters, not your identity. As you breathe, the light keeps flowing, soft, golden, forgiving. It enters your heart, and for the first time, you let yourself feel safe receiving love. You let yourself be comforted without needing to earn it, fix it, or chase it. It is safe for me to receive love. I am worthy of ease, care, and peace. I am loved by the universe exactly as I am. You were never meant to struggle alone. The same divine force that created galaxies is the same love that holds you now. It doesn't need you to be perfect. It only needs your openness. When you stop resisting what is, you make room for what wants to enter. New peace, new people, new blessings. Everything you thought you lost begins to return to you, transformed by love. What belongs to me returns in divine form. Every good thing flows back to me through love. I am magnetizing peace by being at peace. Now bring your attention to your heart again. With every inhale, imagine your heart glowing brighter. With every exhale, feel love expanding outward. This is the rhythm of divine reciprocity, the giving and receiving that never ends. When you breathe in, you receive from life. When you breathe out, you give to life. It is a perfect, endless loop of love. You were never separate from this rhythm. You only forgot how natural it is to be loved. And now, in this moment, you remember. Love flows to me and through me. I am one with the rhythm of divine, giving and receiving. The more I accept life, the more life loves me. Acceptance is the doorway that allows love to enter. When you resist, you close the door. When you release, you open it wide. It's not the world that was holding back your blessings. It was your fear of being hurt again. But love cannot harm you. It can only heal you. Love doesn't rush. It doesn't demand. It simply waits for your readiness. And the moment you say, I am ready, the flow begins again. I am ready to be loved fully. I am open to divine healing in my heart. I let the universe love me completely. Now imagine that love is surrounding you in waves of soft light. It fills the room around you. It fills the air you breathe. It fills every space inside your being. It touches your memories and heals them. It touches your body and soothes it. It touches your future and blesses it. You are covered, surrounded, and infused with divine love. I am surrounded by love. I am nourished by peace. Love is my natural vibration. The quiet miracle that began in acceptance now deepens in love. Where there was resistance, there is now rest. Where there was fear, there is now faith. Where there was loneliness, there is now connection. You are not separate from life. You are a part of its heartbeat. Every time you breathe, life breathes with you. Every time you open your heart, life flows back in. I am one with divine life. Love is flowing freely through me. Oh, the universe is loving me in every breath. Stay here in this awareness. Let this peace soak into your heart. You don't need to look for love anymore. You are love. You are the reflection of divine grace made human. You are the doorway through which the universe loves itself. Breathe. Rest. Receive. I am love, and love flows to me easily. I am supported by the love of the universe. You. The more I surrender, the more I am loved. And in this stillness, know this truth deeply. You were never unloved. You were never forgotten. You were simply being prepared to finally let life love you back. It is done. It is sealed. It is manifest, under grace, in divine timing, in perfect love. Take a slow, deep breath. Let it move through your entire body. Now exhale, slowly, softly, fully. With that breath, release every thought that says, I must do more. Let go of every feeling that says, I am behind. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where divine timing wants you to be. I surrender the need to control. I am safe in divine timing. Everything unfolds in perfect order. Healing begins the moment you stop forcing life to happen and allow it to unfold. Surrender is not the end of effort. It is the beginning of grace. When you release, divine wisdom takes the wheel. It knows the way better than your worry ever could. It sees paths you cannot see and solutions you could never plan. Divine wisdom leads my way. I trust that what I let go of will return in divine form. My surrender opens the door to miracles. Imagine now that you are standing in a field of light. Soft golden rays stretch as far as you can see. Each ray represents a possibility, a potential path, a divine arrangement already in motion for your highest good. You do not have to choose which one. You only have to trust that you are being guided toward the one that leads to peace. You are safe to surrender here. You are safe to let go of control. You are safe to rest in the infinite intelligence that governs your life. I am safe in the flow of divine order. I allow love to lead. I trust the process completely. You have spent years trying to control outcomes, trying to predict what's next, trying to make life bend to your will. But now you learn. Control does not create peace. Surrender does. Because when you surrender, you step out of struggle and into alignment. You stop fighting life, and life stops fighting you. I let go of struggle. I choose alignment over resistance. I am guided with ease and grace. Surrender is not weakness. It's spiritual maturity. It's understanding that you don't need to hold the universe together. The universe already holds you. You don't need to chase what's yours. What's yours cannot miss you. You don't need to fear what's leaving. What leaves makes space for something truer. Every release is protection. Every surrender is strength. Every breath of trust invites a new beginning. I release what is not meant for me. I make room for divine blessings. I surrender with peace and faith. Now, take another deep breath and imagine yourself standing by the edge of a calm ocean. The water sparkles with divine light, each wave representing the flow of life. You place your burdens, your worries, your confusion, your pain into this ocean. One by one, you hand them over. The waves receive them without judgment, carrying them far away, transforming them into wisdom, returning only peace. I give my worries to the divine ocean of peace. Every burden I release returns as a blessing. I am light. I am free. I am healed. Surrender doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start trusting. It means you believe that divine timing works in ways your human mind cannot understand. It means you rest, knowing that everything you've prayed for is already on its way. What I desire is already aligning with me. I release all fear of delay. I trust that the universe knows the perfect time. Now, place your hand over your heart. Feel it beating gently, the rhythm of divine flow inside you. This is your reminder that life moves even when you rest. The same love that beats your heart is guiding every step of your journey. You are never forgotten. You are never without help. You are surrounded by unseen grace. I am guided in every breath I take. I am supported by divine love. I rest in the safety of surrender. When you finally let go, you realize something profound. You were never in control anyway. The universe was never asking you to force things. It was inviting you to trust. It was waiting for you to soften, to open, to allow. And now that you have, everything begins to move again. Easily, beautifully, divinely. The moment I let go, life flows. Surrender is the key to my healing. I trust that I am carried in perfect peace. Now breathe once more. Slowly, deeply, peacefully. Feel your entire body relax. Your mind still, your heart open, your soul calm. You no longer have to control what comes or what goes. You are safe in the flow of divine love. You are healing through surrender. You are rising in peace. I am healing through surrender. I rest in divine flow. The universe is carrying me now. And so it is. It is done. It is sealed under grace, in perfect love, in divine peace. Take a long, slow breath in. Let it travel deep into your lungs, into your heart, into your soul. Now exhale softly. Feel the air leaving your body, carrying away all worry, all pressure, all doubt. The universe is moving right now. Even as you breathe, everything is being rearranged for your good. Every event, every delay, every unseen detail. It's all working together in ways you cannot yet see. Everything is working for my highest good. Even what I don't understand is aligning for me. The universe is always on my side. There are moments when life feels quiet, as though nothing is happening, as though prayers are floating unanswered in the air. But in those still moments, the most powerful movement is taking place. The silence is not absence. It is divine preparation. The universe is aligning people, opportunities, and timing to meet you exactly where your energy will receive them best. I trust what is unfolding beyond my sight. Stillness is not stagnation. It is divine alignment. What I seek is already seeking me. Think of a tapestry being woven. From the back, it looks like threads tangled in chaos, colors crossing, knots forming, patterns unclear. But from the front, it's a masterpiece. The back of the tapestry is how life looks when you don't understand it yet. The front is how it appears once divine timing reveals itself. Your life is that tapestry, still being woven, still being designed. The parts that seem messy are simply threads being placed perfectly. I trust the masterpiece being created from my life. Every challenge is part of divine design. All things are coming together for my good. Now, imagine yourself standing in the center of a great circle of light. Around you, soft golden waves move in every direction. Each wave represents an aspect of your life, your work, your relationships, your health, your dreams. Some are moving closer. Some are shifting away. Some are still finding their place. But everything, absolutely everything, is orbiting around you in divine order. Nothing is random. Nothing is lost. Nothing is wasted. I am surrounded by divine order. Everything that leaves my life makes space for new blessings. Everything that stays serves my purpose. When you surrender, you stop interrupting the universe's work. You stop trying to rearrange what's already rearranging itself perfectly. You stop rushing what is ripening in divine time. And you begin to notice. Doors that once seemed locked begin to open without effort. Paths that felt confusing begin to make sense. People who align with your peace begin to appear. I allow life to work in my favor. I am magnetized to what belongs to me. Divine timing makes everything easy. You do not need to know how it's all working. You only need to trust that it is. The universe does not need your worry to function. It only needs your faith. When you choose faith, you align with flow. When you align with flow, life rearranges itself with ease. I walk by faith, not by sight. The unseen is always working for me. Miracles are being prepared behind the scenes. Breathe again. As you inhale, imagine the light of divine intelligence entering your body. Calm, bright, and sure. As you exhale, feel everything that gently leaving your energy field. Confusion, fear, impatience. You are clearing space for miracles. You are opening room for divine rearrangement. I make space for what is meant for me. I let go of what no longer serves my path. I trust that every shift is a blessing in disguise. Now, imagine divine hands arranging your life like pieces of a beautiful mosaic. Every detail, every connection, every event is being placed exactly where it belongs. Even the pieces that once felt broken are being reshaped into beauty. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was wrong. Everything had purpose, and that purpose is unfolding now. All the pieces of my life are coming together beautifully. What once felt broken now becomes whole. Hmm. Everything is rearranging itself for my peace. Feel that calm in your body, that warmth in your heart, that gentle faith rising from within. It is the energy of divine order, steady, peaceful, unstoppable. You are part of something intelligent and kind. You are part of a system that never fails. You are part of divine love's perfect plan. I am guided by a perfect plan. My life is unfolding in harmony. I am always moving toward peace. When things seem uncertain, when doors close or people leave, remember, it is not the end. It is the universe clearing space for something greater. What is meant for you cannot pass you by, and what passes you by was never truly meant to stay. Trust that even when it looks like chaos, it is construction. Even when it looks like loss, it is liberation. Even when it looks like endings, it is evolution. I trust divine redirection. Every ending is a beginning in disguise. The universe always brings me back to alignment. Take one final deep breath. As you breathe out, release any last tension left in your body. Feel yourself resting in peace, surrounded by divine orchestration. An entire universe working tirelessly for your joy, your freedom, your fulfillment. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are right on time. Everything is rearranging for my good. I am aligned with divine order. Oh, I am carried by love, guided by peace, and blessed by timing. And so it is done. It is manifest, under grace, in divine perfection, in eternal peace. Take one last slow, conscious breath. Inhale softly, exhale completely. You have walked through acceptance, surrender, and peace. Now you arrive here, at stillness. You do not need to do anything else. You do not need to ask for anything more. This moment is enough. You are enough. I am enough. This moment is perfect as it is. I am safe in the stillness of peace. There is nothing left to control. There is nothing left to resist. There is only peace. The quiet heartbeat of divine order, pulsing softly beneath everything. The miracle you've been searching for is not something you have to chase. It is something that is finding its way to you all along. And now that you've stopped running, it knows where to land. I rest and allow the miracle to find me. I no longer chase. I attract through peace. The universe brings to me all that belongs to me. Imagine yourself lying in a field of golden light. The sky above is endless. The air around you hums gently, not with noise, but with energy. It's the sound of divine love breathing life into everything. The earth supports you completely. The sky covers you entirely. You are surrounded, protected, and held by all that is sacred. You are resting in the arms of the universe itself. The universe holds me in peace. I am surrounded by divine love. Oh, I am one with everything that is good. As you rest, notice how everything becomes quiet inside you. The thoughts that once raced are now still. The questions that once echoed are now answered in silence. Because silence itself is the answer, the language through which divine wisdom speaks. You no longer need to think your way to peace. You simply need to be peace. You no longer need to find calm. You are calm. I am peace. I am stillness. Oh, I am one with divine serenity. Every time you rest like this, your energy realigns. Every breath sends a message to the universe. I trust you. Every exhale releases the old. Every inhale welcomes grace. The stillness is not empty. It's full of creation. In this stillness, new beginnings are forming quietly. Solutions are taking shape. Blessings are on their way. You don't need to see them. You only need to stay open. I rest in divine faith. What is meant for me is already on its way. The stillness within me creates miracles around me. Now, imagine the light around you growing even brighter. A soft radiance that expands outward into infinity. It carries your energy, your gratitude, your peace into the universe. And the universe responds immediately. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because energy is eternal. Your peace is a prayer. Your calm is a command. Your trust is magnetic. My peace draws blessings toward me. My calm creates harmony in my world. My faith is answered in perfect timing. Stay here in this golden stillness for as long as you wish. This is the space of divine completion. There is nothing missing here. There is nothing broken here. There is only love. Whole, eternal, unchanging. You are resting in the same love that keeps stars in motion. You are breathing in rhythm with divine creation itself. And in this awareness, you remember, the miracle was never about changing your life. It was about remembering your peace. I remember my peace. I remember my wholeness. I remember that I am love. From this place, you can return to your world renewed. Every breath becomes prayer. Every step becomes peace in motion. Every word you speak becomes healing light. You don't have to try to live in alignment. You already are. You don't have to hope for divine support. You already have it. You don't have to wait for miracles. You are living inside one now. I am aligned. Who I am supported. I am the living miracle of peace. Now take one last slow, grateful breath. Inhale all the love around you. Exhale everything that once kept you from feeling it. You are light. You are love. You are free. Let this stillness remain with you long after the meditation ends. Let it echo through your day and your dreams. Let it remind you that every moment, no matter how small, is an opportunity to rest in trust. I am at peace. I am whole. I let the miracle find me again and again. It is done. It is sealed. It is manifest, under grace, in perfect ways, in perfect timing, in perfect peace.
Sit quietly, beloved soul, and center thy spirit in the secret place of the Most High, where no fear, no lack, no delay may enter. Close the outer door of the senses and open wide the inner gate, For now thou preparest to speak the word of wealth, and the word, once spoken in divine faith, never returns void. The tongue is a creative instrument, a wand of power. As it is written, thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee. Every word, yea, even the idle utterance, carries the seed of manifestation. So guard thy lips, and let them pour forth only riches of truth, prosperity of speech, and treasures of divine decree. Now speak boldly as one with the infinite. I am rich with the riches of God. I speak abundance, and it appears. I declare increase, and the floodgates of heaven open wide. I am the heir to the kingdom, and all I desire is mine by divine inheritance. Say it again and yet again, for the subconscious is moved by repetition, and faith cometh by hearing. God is my supply, large, rich, opulent, immediate, and unending. The wealth of the world flows to me now, without resistance, without fear, without delay. Let the words roll off thy tongue like living waters, for thy words are seeds in the soil of the unseen. By thy words thou shalt be justified. Therefore speak not of debt, nor lack, nor limitation, for these are but shadows and dreams. Instead, speak the word of wealth, which is the word of God. I say unto thee, let the word go forth in authority. Every bill is paid, every need is met, every desire is fulfilled. I do not beg, I do not borrow, for I am supplied from the infinite source that never runs dry. Feel the vibration as thou speakest. Feel the air change, the very atoms rearrange. For when the word is spoken with faith, all heaven moves to fulfill it. He sent his word and healed them. And so he sends thy word and prospers thy way. Let not doubt follow thy declaration. Let not fear creep in behind thy faith. For a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Speak once and stand. Declare once and rejoice. Speak as one who knows, and the wealth shall answer. Say now with holy conviction, I rejoice in the spoken word. I speak life into my finances, strength into my savings, multiplication into my storehouse. Angels of supply, go forth now. My voice hath summoned you. You obey the command of the Christ within me. Do not question the how. The word creates the way. Do not reason in the flesh. The Spirit brings the supply. Only speak, and let the law work its perfect work. Speak once more before the silence returns. I now speak divine abundance into my life. My words are rich with gold. My voice echoes with prosperity. And every sound I release is a trumpet of triumph. The word is wealth, and I have spoken it. So it is. Remain still, for the word has been sent. And now we prepare to see what the word has created. Now that the word has been spoken, let the inner eye behold that which has been decreed. For as the Master taught, according to your faith be it unto you. And faith is the evidence of things not seen, yet seen in the secret place of the imagination, where all form is first conceived. Close thine outer eyes, and open the eyes of the Spirit. Be still, and see the wealth that is already thine by divine right. Let not the outer world cloud thy vision, for it is but a mirror of former thoughts. Now we behold a new image, a heavenly vision painted upon the canvas of the soul. See See thyself surrounded by divine luxury, not the pomp of pride, but the comfort of completion. See the house thou hast longed for, already built in the unseen. See thy hands counting the substance. See the bills stamped paid in full. See thy table richly spread. See the doors open that once were shut. Imagine with sacred boldness, I see myself blessed beyond measure. I walk in beauty and in bounty. I dwell in homes of peace. I drive in freedom. I travel in favor. Everywhere I go, divine. Substance meets me there. Thy imagination is the womb of creation. It is the sacred workshop where angels labor. And the Lord hath said, lift up now thine eyes and look for all the land which thou seest. To thee will I give it. Therefore, look and receive. See not with strain, but with ease. See not with fear, but with joy. For that which thou seest in spirit, if held with love, shall come forth in time. The mind's eye is the architect, and the word is the builder. Say now with glad assurance, I see money flowing to me from unexpected places. I see doors swinging wide. I see divine appointments, sacred arrangements, heavenly contracts sealed and delivered to me. Now what I see in truth, I shall hold in hand. Do not paint lack. Do not frame poverty. Do not decorate fear. For what thou drawest upon thy mental screen, thou invitest to dwell in thy house. So let thy vision be holy. Let thy pictures be of abundance, of overflowing treasure, of joy without sorrow. I see myself blessing others. I see myself tithing in joy. I see myself investing with wisdom. I see myself speaking as one with plenty. I see myself in perfect financial harmony with the laws of God. Let this vision settle deep within thy soul. Let it be written upon the tablets of the heart. For what thou seest continually, thou becomest. And the world shall conform to the divine image within. Hold now the picture still. Do not rush away. Let it bloom like a flower in spring. Let it grow stronger, brighter, clearer, for thou art aligning with the divine frequency of receiving. And now, dear soul, let us feel that sacred frequency, that holy vibration of joy. For it is not enough to speak and see, thou must feel as one who already hath. Let the heart now awaken, for feeling is the magnet that draws the unseen into form. The word hath been spoken, the vision hath been seen, and now thou must feel not as one who waits, but as one who has already received. For it is written, what things soever ye desire when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Faith without feeling is like a lamp without oil. The flame flickers and fades, but faith charged with divine emotion is like the sun at noon. It shines and draws all things to itself. So now, beloved soul, feel as one who is rich. Breathe in slowly. Let every breath declare abundance. Let every beat of thy heart resound with, I have, I am, I rejoice. For the feeling of having is the secret key to the kingdom. Say softly within, I feel the joy of abundance. I feel the security of divine wealth. I feel the peace of knowing all is provided. I feel the excitement of dreams fulfilled. I feel the warmth of answered prayer. I feel the gladness of every need met before I even ask. Let thy body now align with that truth. Sit in the posture of wealth, Walk with the stride of sufficiency. Speak with the tone of one who knows the feast is already set before thee. Thou art no longer begging, hoping, nor wishing. Thou art feeling the living vibration of having. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so let thy heart declare, I am receiving now. I feel the golden stream of substance pouring into my life. I feel the divine order arranging all things in my favor. I feel the love of infinite prospering my path. I feel money coming easily, frequently, and miraculously. This feeling is not forced, it is remembered. For thy soul already knows this frequency. It is the original language of thy being. It is the tune of the garden, the rhythm of Eden, the melody of thy divine inheritance. Feel it again. I am vibrating with wealth. I am resonating with riches. I am a beacon for divine substance. I am tuned to the frequency of receiving. My whole being sings with gratitude before the gift arrives, for I know it is already done. Let the body be still, and let the heart rejoice. Let the spirit take dominion. Let thy whole self be lifted into the atmosphere of fulfillment. For now thou art not creating from effort, but from alignment. The joy thou feelest now is the evidence of things unseen. The peace that settles upon thee is the signature of heaven. Do not wait for the evidence of the outer. The feeling is the proof of the inner, and that which is felt in truth cannot be withheld. As thou dwellest in this holy vibration, surrender thyself to the great plan. For now we move from feeling into perfect trust, where divine right order takes hold and brings the harvest into view. Now, precious soul, having spoken the word, having seen the vision, having felt the joy, thou must release it into divine right order. For no seed bears fruit while clutched in the hand. It must be sown into the soil of spirit with full trust in the law that governs all things. Thy part is complete, the rest belongeth to God. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. This is the great surrender, not of desire, but of control. For the infinite knows the way, even when thine eyes do not see the steps ahead. Release now every concern, every thought of how and when. Lay it upon the altar of faith, for the Father who seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Say now with gentle certainty, I surrender to divine right order. I release all plans and let God's perfect plan unfold. I trust the process of prosperity. I trust the divine timing of wealth. I trust the unseen hand arranging all in my favor. The soil does not strive to bring forth the harvest. It yields to the law, and the seed grows. So too must thou yield. Let go of force, let go of fear, let go of hurry. For in stillness miracles are born. Let these words rise from within. Everything I seek is seeking me now. I no longer chase, I magnetize. I no longer worry, I worship. I no longer grasp, I glow with peace. Divine order is at work in my finances, my home, my heart. I rest in God. Rest not in passivity, but in power. For surrender is the highest vibration of faith. It says, though I see not the path, I know the promise. It says, though the fig tree may not blossom, yet will I rejoice in the Lord. This is the holy calm of knowing, the sacred hush of full trust. the soul at peace, knowing the angels are dispatched. The channels are open, the supply is flowing. Say once more, and let it echo through the corridors of creation. I surrender to the rhythm of the divine. I do not force manifestation, I allow it. I do not demand the door. I know it shall be opened. I do not panic at delay. I rejoice in divine orchestration. Every seeming delay is a divine choreography. Every closed door is a redirection to greater glory. Every detour is the path, so trust and be not moved. Surrender is not weakness, it is alignment. Thou haste now become the vessel through which the law flows without obstruction. No fear clouds the current, no doubt disturbs the design. All is in order, all is prepared, all is being made manifest. And now, with hands open and heart lifted, prepare to receive in joy, for the table is spread, and thy cup runneth over. Open now thy spirit wide, beloved one, for thou standest at the threshold of the promise. The word hath been spoken in faith. The vision hath been seen in truth. The feeling hath aligned thee with heaven's frequency. The surrender hath placed all things in motion. Now receive with joy and holy gratitude, for the manifestation is at hand. Let every cell of thy being awaken to celebration. Let every breath testify, it is done. For gratitude is the song of the soul fulfilled, and joy is the echo of answered prayer. As it is written, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Receive now with gladness. I receive divine wealth into my life. I receive unexpected money, inherited favor, and overflowing provision. I receive with ease. I receive with wonder. I receive with thanksgiving. Let no guilt accompany thy blessing. Let no shame shadow thy good. For thou art not stealing what is not thine. Thou art claiming what God hath already ordained. Thou art the rightful heir. The banquet has been long prepared. Thou art not intruding. Thou art arriving. Say now with sacred conviction, I receive it now with open hands and a grateful heart. I do not resist. I do not shrink. I expand into the fullness of my inheritance. Feel the riches of spirit wrapping around thee like a warm mantle. Feel the treasure of heaven pouring into thy experience, not just gold, but peace, not just supply, but song, not just money, but meaning. Let joy rise within thee like the morning sun. Let it dance upon the waters of thy life, for joy is the sign that the door is open. Joy is the shout of heaven saying, yes, beloved, yes, all this and more. Declare now, I rejoice in all that is mine. I rejoice in every blessing, seen and unseen. I give thanks before it arrives, and I sing after it appears. My harvest is here, my cup overflows, my barn is full, my heart is light. I have received, and now go forth not as one who waits, but as one who walks in the reality of the spoken word. Bless others with thy joy. Pour out from thy fullness. For the more thou receivest with gratitude, the more shall be given. For it is the law, the spiritual law, unshaken by time, untouched by man. To him that hath, more shall be given, and thou now hath. So expect the increase, expect the expansion, expect the sudden miracles and the quiet ones too. Whisper now, as a final seal upon thy manifestation, thank you, God, for all that I have. Thank you for all that is flowing. Thank you for the riches, the rest, the radiance I receive. I rejoice. I am redeemed, and so it is.
Life is governed by laws, silent yet powerful, and those who learn to align with them find that wealth and success flow with ease. The mind is a magnet, drawing to itself the very substance of thought impressed upon it. If the thoughts are charged with doubt, fear, and limitation, the results will be poverty, struggle, and endless effort. But when the inner word is spoken with conviction, clothed in faith and expectation, it calls forth abundance in miraculous ways, even while one rests in slumber. Money is not earned by toil alone, nor is success secured through ceaseless striving. The true source of both lies in the unseen realm, where thought and belief form the blueprint of reality. One who understands this truth releases the heavy burden of constant labor and allows the law of supply to work in perfect order. The imagination, once disciplined, becomes a faithful servant that fashions opportunities, opens doors, and attracts wealth from unexpected channels. To sleep with a mind filled with radiant expectation is to rise to meet a day already arranged with blessings. The world is filled with stories of men and women who prospered not because they chased after riches, but because they believed with a steadfast heart that riches would chase after them. Success is the harvest of a mind that knows its word cannot return void. Just as the farmer plants a seed and rests, trusting the soil to do its part, so must we plant thoughts of abundance, affirmations of prosperity, and visions of accomplishment before entering the quiet of sleep. The subconscious mind, tireless and obedient, continues its work throughout the night, weaving circumstances, inspiring ideas, and arranging channels of supply. To declare before sleep all that is mine by divine right comes to me easily and effortlessly. My prosperity is established, my success assured. Such a decree, spoken with unwavering faith, sets the law into motion. The body rests, but the law does not sleep, it moves swiftly, arranging the perfect pattern of events to fulfill the word spoken. Money may appear from distant places, opportunities may arise without effort, and solutions present themselves as if by miracle. Yet it is no miracle, it is law. The mistake most people make is to clutch at life with fear, to believe that without struggle nothing can be attained. They toss upon their beds rehearsing worries, debts, and failures, and in the morning they reap exactly what they have sown in the night. But the wise one knows that the time before sleep is sacred. It is the moment when the inner gates swing wide, and the mind receives its last command for the night. To choose lack is to wake to more lack. To choose abundance is to rise to meet success already in motion. Money and success do not belong to a chosen few. They belong to the one who dares to believe that the unseen works as faithfully as the seen. When the inner word is spoken with faith, when the heart is free from fear, one may rest in peace knowing that prosperity is being prepared in the silence of the night. Thus, to earn money and success while you sleep is not only possible, it is inevitable for the one who understands the power of thought, the certainty of law, and the truth that abundance is their divine inheritance. The mind is a magnet that attracts wealth and success, and this truth has been hidden in plain sight since the beginning of time. Every thought we think, every belief we hold, is an unseen force, shaping our experiences and arranging circumstances with mathematical precision. Like a magnet drawing iron filings, the mind pulls toward itself that which corresponds with its dominant vibration. If the thoughts are of fear, doubt, and lack, then poverty and struggle appear as faithful companions. If the thoughts are filled with faith, abundance, and expectancy, then wealth, opportunity, and success come as natural outcomes. The outer world is always a reflection of the inner state, and nothing can appear in life that has not first been invited by the mind's magnetism. Most people live unaware of this law, believing that success depends solely on endless labor and effort. They struggle, work themselves weary, and still find little to show for it, because within their minds, they carry the pattern of limitation. The subconscious cannot be deceived. It accepts only what is impressed upon it, and it works ceaselessly to reproduce that impression in the outer world. Thus, a person who toils day and night but constantly holds thoughts of scarcity will find that circumstances continue to mirror scarcity. Meanwhile, another who works with joy holds steadfastly to a vision of prosperity and fills their mind with expectation of good, will find that life brings opportunities, wealth, and success without strain. The magnet of the mind does not respond to effort alone. It responds to belief, to vision, and to the inner conviction that abundance is one's natural state. Wealth and success are not accidents, nor are they favors bestowed upon the lucky. They are drawn to those whose thoughts and emotions vibrate in harmony with them. The magnet of the mind cannot be neutral, it must attract something. A mind dominated by fear will draw conditions to justify fear, just as a mind filled with faith will draw experiences that justify faith. To hold the thought of wealth, to see oneself already prosperous, to affirm continually that success belongs to you, creates a powerful current that sets unseen forces into action. Ideas begin to appear, doors open. People are drawn into your life to assist in ways you could never have arranged. What others call chance or coincidence is in truth the working of the magnetic law. Every great fortune, every remarkable success, can be traced to a person who dared to think differently, who refused to entertain thoughts of defeat, who trained the mind to hold firmly to an image of abundance. This magnetism is not limited by circumstance, education, or background. A person born into poverty can magnetize riches by changing the inner thought current, just as one born into privilege can repel wealth by dwelling in fear of loss. The magnet does not discriminate. It simply attracts according to the vibration given to it. To change one's life, one must first change one's thoughts, for the inner always precedes the outer. Consider the person who constantly declares, "I never have enough money." Such words, repeated daily, impress the subconscious mind and become an unshakable pattern. The magnet of the mind then pulls experiences that confirm the statement: unexpected bills, lost opportunities, insufficient wages. Yet another person affirms, "Money flows to me freely, easily, and constantly." They hold this thought with faith, and though their circumstances may not yet show it, the magnet begins its work. Soon, new channels of income appear, new opportunities arise, unexpected assistance comes forth. The outer world shifts to match the new inner vibration. It is not magic but law, as sure and reliable as gravity. Thoughts of success operate in the same way. The one who dwells continually on failure, rehearsing past mistakes and fearing future defeat, carries a magnet charged with discouragement. That person will find obstacles multiplying, plans falling through, and setbacks recurring. But the one who fills the mind with visions of achievement, who sees goals already accomplished, who speaks words of triumph before any outward evidence, charges the magnet with success. Circumstances then align with this inner picture, allies appear, strength increases, doors open, and the way is cleared. The outer world cannot resist the pull of a determined inner image. It is not enough to think such thoughts once and then return to doubt. The magnet of the mind must be charged continually, with consistency and faith. Just as a magnet loses strength if neglected, so the mind loses its attracting power if thoughts are allowed to drift into fear and uncertainty. Daily practice of affirmations, visualization, and conscious choice of words keeps the magnet strong. The mind must be trained like a garden. Weeds of doubt must be pulled out, and seeds of abundance planted again and again, until they grow into a harvest of prosperity. This law explains why two people may work at the same task, in the same environment, yet experience vastly different results. One complains, doubts, and fears, and success eludes them. The other expects good, trusts in unseen supply, and moves with confidence, and success follows them naturally. The difference is not in opportunity, but in the magnetism of the mind. Life cannot withhold from one who insists inwardly upon prosperity. It must answer in kind. The magnetism of the mind also extends beyond money into relationships, health, and happiness. A mind that radiates joy attracts joyful people. A mind that radiates peace draws peaceful circumstances. And a mind that radiates wealth pulls wealth from every direction. The law is universal and impartial. It gives to each according to the vibration sent forth. That is why guarding the mind is the highest work one can do. To let fear dominate even for a short time is to weaken the magnetic current. To allow resentment, envy, or worry is to poison the vibration. But to cultivate gratitude, confidence, and expectation is to strengthen the magnet until it becomes irresistible. When one fully understands that the mind is a magnet, life becomes a deliberate creation rather than a series of accidents. No longer does the individual beg for luck or chance, but instead they take hold of thought, shape it with intention, and hold it until the unseen responds. It is a partnership with the law, a conscious use of the creative power within. The magnet cannot fail. It must attract according to the charge given to it. Therefore, to dwell continually on wealth and success, to see it, to feel it, to affirm it, is to set in motion forces that cannot be denied. True prosperity flows from thought and belief, not toil alone. For the substance of life is shaped in the invisible before it takes form in the visible. Many people imagine that by sheer force of effort, by constant labor, by exhausting every hour of the day, they can secure wealth and success. They believe that money is earned only by sweat, by hardship, by endless pushing against the tide. Yet countless examples prove otherwise. People who labor endlessly often remain in lack, while those who hold steadfastly to an inner vision of abundance draw riches and opportunities with far less strain. The great error of humanity is in thinking that work alone produces prosperity, while the truth is that it is the mental atmosphere, the belief carried in the heart, that opens the door to wealth. The law of prosperity is spiritual before it is material. The thoughts one continually entertains, the words one speaks with conviction, and the expectations held in silence are what create the mold into which substance must flow. If the mold is small, cramped by fear, doubt, and feelings of unworthiness, then little can enter. If the mold is wide and expansive, filled with expectancy of unlimited supply, then prosperity flows in abundance. The action of the hands and the labor of the body are secondary. They are channels through which supply may come. But they are not the source. The source is unseen, and belief is the bridge that connects the invisible wealth to the visible life. Many toil without rest and never know prosperity, because their labor is poisoned by thoughts of scarcity. They rise each day with worry on their minds, speak of lack with their lips, and expect disappointment in their hearts. Their work, no matter how diligent, cannot bear the fruit of abundance. For the soil into which the seed is sown is barren with disbelief. On the other hand, a person of faith may labor with joy, holding thoughts of plenty, speaking words of success, and expecting continual increase. Though they may work fewer hours, opportunities spring up around them, helpers appear, and ideas come that lead to wealth. The difference is not in effort but in belief, not in the outer struggle but in the inner conviction. Consider the farmer. He may labor tirelessly to plow, to plant, to tend the field, but if the soil is infertile, his work is in vain. Another farmer, who knows the secrets of the soil, who prepares it with care, who plants in faith, may harvest abundantly even with less effort. The soil of the mind works in the same way. Belief prepares the ground, thought is the seed, and prosperity is the harvest. Without right belief, work is futile. With right belief, even little work becomes multiplied. The world offers endless stories of those who have prospered by holding to the power of thought, rather than being bound by toil alone. There are inventors who received an idea in a flash of inspiration, which brought fortunes not through endless effort, but through a single inspired thought. There are artists and writers whose works were born not from ceaseless striving, but from belief in their gift and trust in unseen supply. There are business leaders who declared boldly that abundance was theirs and watched as opportunities appeared in ways no amount of labor could have created. Their work may have been steady, but it was their belief that opened the gates of prosperity. It is belief that allows one to seize opportunity when it appears. Two people may be presented with the same chance. One, clouded by doubt, fails to act or sabotages their own success. The other, filled with faith, steps forward with confidence and reaps the reward. The toil may be the same, but the results are entirely different, because thought and belief shaped the outcome. Belief adds power to effort, multiplying its effect, while disbelief drains the energy of effort, reducing it to futility. When one understands that thought is the true creator of prosperity, the whole approach to life changes. Instead of exhausting oneself with endless worry and strain, one turns inward to cultivate the garden of the mind. Affirmations of abundance, visions of wealth, and words of success become daily practice. The belief that prosperity is a divine right, that supply is unlimited, that success is inevitable, becomes a living force within. Then, work ceases to be drudgery and becomes a joyful channel through which prosperity manifests. The labor is still there, but it is empowered, fruitful, and guided by the unseen law that always answers belief. Those who live by toil alone often find themselves trapped in cycles of effort without increase. They move from job to job, project to project, always laboring, but never rising. They cannot see that their beliefs hold them in place, that their thoughts of limitation keep them bound. They may even resent those who prosper with ease, not realizing that ease is the result of right thinking. Prosperity is not granted by luck nor denied by fate. It is drawn by belief and repelled by doubt. The hardest worker may remain poor, while the one who believes in wealth and acts upon that belief prospers, even with lighter effort. The magnetism of thought works constantly. Every belief sends out a vibration that draws matching experiences. A person who believes that money is scarce will find scarcity, no matter how many hours they labor. A person who believes that opportunities abound will meet those opportunities daily, even in unexpected places. The work they do serves only as a channel for the flow of supply, but the source is always the inner thought. This is why some grow rich in businesses where others fail, and why some succeed in fields where others only struggle. The difference is not in the nature of the work, but in the nature of the belief carried into the work. To shift from toil to true prosperity, one must change the inner language. Instead of speaking words of exhaustion, defeat, and lack, one must affirm wealth, declare success, and expect increase. The mind must be trained to hold steady pictures of abundance, even when outer appearances suggest otherwise. The belief must be strong enough to outlast temporary setbacks, for the law responds to the dominant thought, not to passing fears. Each time belief is affirmed, the unseen world arranges itself to match, and prosperity begins to take form. Work then becomes an expression of joy rather than a burden. Effort feels light, guided by inspiration and supported by the assurance of unseen supply. The person who believes in prosperity finds that even while they sleep, the subconscious continues its work, attracting ideas, arranging circumstances, and preparing channels of wealth. When they awaken, opportunities seem to greet them as though by design. They move through life with confidence, knowing that prosperity flows from within, and that their belief is the fountain from which all visible supply emerges. The subconscious mind works tirelessly during sleep, continuing the activity of thought, when the conscious mind has withdrawn into silence. While the body rests, the inner faculties never slumber, for the deeper mind is ceaseless, obedient, and unimaginably powerful. It is the silent worker, carrying out instructions given to it by thought, belief, and imagination. That is why the state of mind before sleep is of such great importance. Whatever thoughts are impressed upon the subconscious, in those quiet moments become seeds planted in the fertile soil of night, and they begin to grow into conditions, opportunities, and circumstances. To understand this is to hold the key to unseen wealth and effortless success. When a person lies down to sleep filled with worry, rehearsing the troubles of the day, replaying failures, or dreading what tomorrow may bring, the subconscious accepts these impressions without question. It cannot argue, it cannot reject, It cannot reason as the conscious mind does. It simply receives the message, takes it as instruction, and begins to arrange events to correspond. Thus, one who falls asleep fearing lack will often awaken to new evidence of lack. One who falls asleep brooding over failure may find that the pattern of failure repeats itself the next day. The subconscious does not distinguish between what is desired and what is dreaded. It only acts upon what is impressed with feeling and repetition. Yet when the individual understands this law and uses it wisely, sleep becomes a sacred workshop of creation. By deliberately impressing the subconscious with thoughts of abundance, affirmations of wealth, and visions of success, the seeds of prosperity are sown. The subconscious mind, tireless in its operation, continues through the hours of rest to weave circumstances, inspire ideas, and arrange opportunities. While the conscious mind is silent, the deeper intelligence works in harmony with the law of supply. To go to sleep affirming prosperity is to awaken in a world already bending to the magnet of thought. This explains why some people seem to experience effortless increase. They have trained themselves to direct the subconscious before sleep. They declare firmly and with conviction that all is well, that abundance flows to them, that success is inevitable. They enter rest with a heart free from fear and a mind charged with faith. As they sleep, their subconscious goes forth like an unseen servant, opening doors, creating channels, and drawing to them people and conditions that will fulfill their word. Others, who know nothing of this law, may work twice as hard and yet see little reward, because their nights are spent sowing seeds of worry. The subconscious has infinite resources. It is connected to the great storehouse of supply, the universal mind, the field of infinite intelligence. When one impresses it with a clear and definite image, it sets unseen forces into motion that no human effort could duplicate. Ideas arrive suddenly, as if from nowhere. Encounters take place that seem accidental, yet are perfectly arranged. Opportunities appear that could not have been planned by reason alone. This is the silent power of the subconscious working faithfully, drawing into form whatever has been planted in thought. To use this power for prosperity, one must be deliberate in choosing thoughts before sleep. Instead of entertaining fear or reviewing failure, the wise one spends the last moments of waking life in affirmations such as, "All that is mine by divine right comes to me in perfect ways. Wealth flows to me freely and constantly. My success is assured." These words, charged with faith, sink into the subconscious like seeds into fertile soil. The deeper mind accepts them as truth, and during the night it prepares the harvest. The individual awakens with new energy, new confidence, and often new opportunities already moving toward them. It is not necessary to strain, to force, or to plead. The subconscious does not respond to effort, but to impression. A calm, confident statement, spoken with feeling, is enough to set the process in motion. The key is repetition and faith. Each night before sleep, to fill the mind with visions of abundance, to speak affirmations of prosperity, and to release all fear, is to steadily reprogram the subconscious. Over time, it becomes saturated with the pattern of wealth and success, and it cannot help but reproduce that pattern in outward life. The subconscious also works by bringing intuitive guidance during sleep. Many people have awakened with solutions to problems that baffled them during the day. Some of the world's greatest discoveries, inventions, and works of art came through dreams or insights received in sleep. This is the subconscious mind at work, processing, connecting, and revealing truth when the conscious mind has stepped aside. In matters of prosperity, the subconscious may reveal new ways to increase wealth, new opportunities for success, or inspired ideas that lead to fortune. To invite such guidance, one need only ask clearly before sleep, impressing the subconscious with the desire for wisdom, and then trust the answer will come. Those who neglect this law find that sleep becomes a rehearsal of fear. They lie awake counting debts, imagining failures, or dwelling on what they lack. The subconscious takes these images as commands and produces more of the same. In this way, lack and struggle perpetuate themselves. The night, which should be a time of replenishment, becomes instead a time of sowing weeds that choke the harvest. Yet even the most fearful habit can be changed. By consciously replacing negative thoughts with affirmations of abundance before sleep, one begins to redirect the subconscious. At first the effort may feel forced, but with persistence, faith grows, and the deeper mind accepts the new pattern. The subconscious is impartial, it cannot choose for itself. It only accepts what is given. That is why the responsibility rests with the conscious mind to choose wisely what to impress upon it. Just as a field will grow weeds if no good seed is sown, so the subconscious will produce lack if not deliberately directed toward abundance. To understand this truth is to awaken to the immense power of thought before sleep. It is the time when the conscious guard is lowered, when the subconscious stands open, ready to be imprinted. The thoughts chosen in that moment are like commands to an unfailing servant, who will labor through the night to fulfill them. When one fully realizes that the subconscious mind never rests, it becomes clear why prosperity and success can be built even during the hours of slumber. Every night becomes an opportunity to plant wealth, to affirm success, to direct the unseen power that shapes life. The body may lie in stillness, but the inner faculties are at work, gathering, arranging, and creating the conditions that correspond to the seed of thought. In this way, prosperity becomes not the product of endless toil, but the natural outworking of a law that never sleeps. Affirmations before sleep set the law of supply into motion, for in that quiet passage between waking and rest the conscious mind yields, and the subconscious stands open, receptive, ready to be impressed. Whatever thought is held in that sacred interval sinks deeply into the inner mind, where it begins its silent work. Words spoken in faith before sleep do not vanish into nothingness. They are taken up by the law, carried into the unseen realm, and acted upon with tireless precision. It is in this state that the seeds of prosperity, success, and abundance are planted most effectively, because the resistance of doubt is weakest and the creative forces are most receptive. The spoken word is a command, and the subconscious mind is the obedient servant. When one declares firmly before sleep that wealth flows freely, that opportunities unfold, that success is assured, the subconscious accepts these decrees as fact. It does not question, it does not reason, it does not doubt, it only obeys. During the hours of rest, it sets the law of supply into motion, arranging conditions, attracting people, inspiring ideas, and opening channels through which prosperity may come. Thus, the night becomes a workshop of creation, where invisible forces are directed by the power of affirmations. Most people, unaware of this law, misuse the hours before sleep. They lie in bed rehearsing the troubles of the day, worrying about money, speaking words of lack, and imagining disappointment. These impressions sink just as deeply into the subconscious, and the law works upon them with the same fidelity. To say before sleep, "I never have enough," is to command the subconscious to create more lack. To think, "Tomorrow will be difficult," is to set the stage for struggle. The law is impartial, it produces according to the seed given to it. Those who fill the last moments of waking life with fear are unconsciously affirming failure, and the law responds faithfully to their words. But when one understands and applies this principle, every night becomes an opportunity for increase. By deliberately choosing affirmations of abundance, by speaking words of faith with calm assurance, the individual sows seeds of prosperity into the fertile soil of the subconscious. These affirmations need not be elaborate, simplicity is power. To declare, "All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. I am supplied in perfect ways. Wealth flows to me freely and constantly," is to set a pattern that the subconscious will reproduce without fail. The feeling of expectancy that accompanies the affirmation is the vital energy that charges it with creative power. The law of supply responds most swiftly to words spoken with conviction. Empty repetition has little effect, but a single affirmation charged with faith can move mountains. Before sleep, the mind is relaxed, the emotions are softened, and the resistance of doubt is quieted. It is the perfect moment to impress the subconscious with words of increase. night after night. These affirmations accumulate, building an inner pattern so strong that the outer world must conform. Prosperity begins to appear as opportunities, as inspired ideas, as unexpected income, as helpful people, all drawn by the silent working of the law. Affirmations before sleep also have the power to dissolve old patterns of fear and lack. The subconscious mind carries the record of past experiences, and if it has been filled with images of failure, it will continue to reproduce them unless deliberately reprogrammed. By persistently affirming abundance before sleep, one gradually erases the old record and writes a new one. The law cannot resist a consistent pattern. It must act in accordance with the dominant impression. Thus, affirmations not only attract new prosperity, but also clear away the remnants of past limitations. The importance of feeling cannot be overstated. To speak words of abundance without emotion is to plant a seed without water. But to affirm prosperity with joy, with gratitude, with expectancy, is to charge the words with life. Gratitude is especially powerful, for it declares that the good desired is already received. To say before sleep, "I am grateful for the wealth that flows to me. I rejoice in my ever-increasing prosperity," is to impress the subconscious with a sense of completion. The law then hastens to bring outer conditions into harmony with this inner state. Many great achievers have understood this secret. Whether consciously or by instinct, they ended their days by imagining their success as already accomplished, affirming wealth, health, and victory before sleep. Their subconscious minds worked through the night, shaping circumstances to fulfill their affirmations. Some awoke with inspired ideas, others with renewed confidence, others found doors opening the next day as if by miracle. Yet it is not miracle but law, exact and unfailing. The affirmation spoken with faith is the command that sets the law of supply into action. Affirmations before sleep are also a safeguard against the accumulation of negative impressions. The day often brings contact with fear, doubt, or discouragement from others. These impressions, if not dissolved, may take root in the subconscious during sleep. By deliberately affirming abundance at the close of the day, one cancels out any harmful suggestions and replaces them with truth. It is like cleansing the mind before rest, ensuring that only seeds of prosperity are planted in the fertile soil of night. To practice this law requires only a few quiet moments each evening. As one lies down to rest, the mind is stilled, the breath deepens, and the body relaxes. In that peaceful state, affirmations are spoken slowly, calmly, with conviction. There is no strain, no effort, only faith. The words are repeated until they sink into the inner mind and create a sense of certainty. Then sleep comes easily, for the heart is free from fear, and the subconscious begins its silent work. Over time, this nightly practice transforms the whole course of life. Prosperity begins to flow naturally. Opportunities multiply, and success comes with greater ease. The individual discovers that the law of supply has been faithfully working all along, awaiting only the right command. Affirmations before sleep are that command, the key that unlocks the storehouse of abundance and directs it into visible expression. They are the bridge between the conscious desire and the subconscious power, between the spoken word and the manifested result. Abundance is a divine inheritance, not a privilege for a few, for the universe is lavish, overflowing, and inexhaustible. The rivers do not withhold their waters, the sun does not ration its light, the earth does not limit its harvest to a select handful. Creation is extravagant in beauty, in provision, in supply, and humankind is meant to live in harmony with this overflowing generosity. To believe that prosperity belongs only to a chosen few is to deny the very nature of life itself. Abundance is woven into the fabric of existence, a birthright of every soul, waiting to be claimed through thought, belief, and alignment with spiritual law. The error that holds many in bondage is the idea that wealth is scarce, that opportunities are limited, that success is reserved for others but not for themselves. This belief springs from appearances, from what the eyes can see and the ears can hear. But appearances are deceptive. Beneath the surface of visible supply lies the infinite source, a storehouse so vast it cannot be exhausted. Just as air is available to all who breathe, abundance is available to all who believe. No one need compete, no one need beg. No one need fear there is not enough, for the law of supply is infinite and impartial. This inheritance is not given by men or withheld by circumstance, it is established by divine law. Every individual, by virtue of life itself, has the right to prosper, to succeed, to enjoy plenty. Poverty is not a virtue, lack is not a destiny, limitation is not a decree from on high. They are conditions born of mistaken belief, of ignorance of the law, of thought patterns that deny the truth of abundance. The moment one awakens to the fact that prosperity is an inheritance, and not a special privilege, the chains of lack begin to dissolve. To claim this inheritance, one must first accept it inwardly. The subconscious mind must be impressed with the truth that abundance belongs here and now. Words of lack must be replaced with affirmations of supply. Thoughts of limitation must give way to visions of increase. Fear must be dissolved in faith. As a child does not doubt the right to breathe, so must one not doubt the right to prosper. Prosperity is not something to earn by struggle, it is something to claim by recognition. To affirm daily, abundance is my divine inheritance. All that I require comes to me easily and in perfect ways, is to align with the truth that has been waiting all along. There is no injustice in the distribution of abundance, for the law does not play favorites. The difference lies only in the use of thought and belief. One may live surrounded by opportunity yet remain blind to it through fear and disbelief. Another, with the same outward circumstances, may draw prosperity through faith and expectancy. The storehouse of supply is the same for all, but only those who open the door of thought can receive. The inheritance belongs to everyone, yet each must choose to accept it. Examples are countless of those who rose from poverty to wealth, from obscurity to success, by realizing that abundance is not confined to a few. They refused to accept the verdict of limitation. They claimed their share of the infinite supply, and life responded to their faith. They may have begun with nothing in hand, but they carried within them the recognition of abundance as their right. That recognition drew ideas, people, opportunities, and resources until the invisible became visible. The same law operates for every individual who dares to believe. The thought that wealth is evil, or that abundance is selfish, has kept many in lack. Yet wealth in itself is neutral, it is the use of it that determines its nature. When abundance is seen as a divine inheritance, it is also understood as a trust to be used for good. Prosperity allows generosity. Success enables service. Wealth provides means to bless others. To deny abundance is to deny the good that can be done through it. To claim abundance is to step into one's rightful power to create, to contribute, to uplift. The law of inheritance is not bound by time or circumstance. It does not matter what background one comes from, what limitations were faced in the past, or what conditions appear in the present. The inheritance is eternal, established beyond all appearances. It does not run dry, it does not fade. It does not change with the shifting winds of economy or chance. Those who know this truth remain secure in every season, for their wealth is not in banks or possessions, but in the unfailing law of supply. Outward channels may shift, but the source remains infinite. Abundance manifests in many forms, not only in money. Health, peace, joy, love, creativity, opportunity, all are part of the inheritance. To focus only on money is to limit the vision of what abundance truly means. When one claims the inheritance, life becomes rich in every sense. Relationships flourish, work becomes inspired, the mind opens to new ideas, the heart overflows with gratitude. Money then becomes one of many channels through which abundance expresses, but not the only one. True prosperity is a state of completeness, of knowing that nothing is lacking, of living in the awareness that supply is unlimited. To live in harmony with this truth requires daily practice. Affirmations of abundance must be spoken, images of prosperity must be held, gratitude must be expressed, fear must be dismissed. Each day is an opportunity to claim the inheritance anew, to remind oneself that abundance is not earned but accepted, not withheld but already given. The subconscious mind, once saturated with this truth, becomes a faithful servant that draws abundance naturally and without strain. Opportunities come, doors open, and wealth flows because the inner pattern has been set. Those who refuse this inheritance do so not because it is denied to them, but because they do not believe. They close the door by entertaining thoughts of lack, by repeating words of scarcity, by fearing there is not enough. They live as heirs to a fortune who never claim it, sitting in poverty while riches lie unused. The law does not withhold, but it cannot force acceptance. It waits patiently, ready to pour out abundance the moment belief aligns with truth. The awareness of abundance as a divine inheritance also dissolves envy and competition. When one knows that supply is infinite, there is no need to resent another's success or fear another's gain. The prosperity of one does not diminish the prosperity of another, for the source is inexhaustible. Instead of rivalry, there is rejoicing in the good that flows to others, knowing that one's own share is secure. This attitude itself strengthens the magnet of prosperity, for gratitude and goodwill are powerful vibrations that attract more of the same. In every moment, the law of inheritance is active. The question is not whether abundance exists, but whether it is recognized and accepted. To live in lack is to live in forgetfulness of one's divine right. To live in prosperity is to remember and claim it. Each thought, each word, each belief is either an acceptance or a denial of the inheritance. Those who continually affirm abundance, who believe it with unwavering faith, discover that life unfolds in harmony with their recognition. The inheritance is not distant, not delayed, not conditional, it is here, now, waiting to be received by the one who dares to accept.
They say millionaires sleep differently. But it's not what you think. It's not the thread count of their sheets, or the brand of their mattress, or some secret 8-hour cycle that unlocks prosperity. It's not about biohacking or expensive supplements or sound machines that mimic the rain. The secret is something far more subtle, far more powerful, and far more accessible to you right now, tonight, in the quiet sanctuary of your own room. The secret to attracting wealth, to commanding abundance, to truly transforming your financial reality from the inside out, isn't found in more work. It isn't found in more hustle, more spreadsheets, or more frantic striving. It is found in the final 5 minutes of your day, in that sacred, silent, liminal space between wakefulness and dreaming, that holy moment when the conscious mind, the worrier, the doubter, the inner critic who has been shouting all day, finally begins to grow tired. Its voice becomes a whisper. Its grip begins to loosen. And the subconscious mind, the master architect, the silent designer, the great fertile soil of your soul, leans in to listen. It opens completely without judgment or resistance to receive its final instruction for the night, its blueprint for the next 8 hours of creation, its sacred orders for the reality it will begin to build for you while you rest. What instruction are you giving it? When the lights go out and your head hits the pillow, what is the last story you tell yourself? In that final drowsy moment, what is the final whisper you offer into the fertile darkness of your own mind? Because that whisper, that final lingering thought soaked in the emotion of the day, it becomes a command, a sacred decree, a seed that will be planted and watered and tended to all night long, deep in the soil of your soul, ready to sprout in the morning light of your reality. This is the rarely discussed, yet profoundly powerful truth of creation. This is the millionaire's secret. It is not a secret of doing. It is a secret of being, and it begins the moment you decide to close your eyes. The core teaching, the foundational law that governs this entire process, was spoken with such clarity by the great spiritual teacher Florence Scovel Shinn. She understood the immense, untapped power sleeping within each of us. She saw the subconscious not as a mystery, but as a mechanism. She taught, in her direct and unwavering way, that
The subconscious mind is your faithful servant, but one must be careful to give it the right orders. Let those words sink in. Your faithful servant. This changes everything. This power inside you is not your enemy. It is not a trickster. It is not a random force of chaos that brings you misfortune. It is a loyal, powerful, and deeply obedient partner whose only function is to bring into form the pictures and commands you give it. Imagine it as a partner in a sacred dance. It cannot lead. It can only follow your steps. If your steps are hesitant, fearful, and chaotic, it will mirror that chaos back to you with perfect precision. If your steps become deliberate, graceful, and confident, it will respond in kind, creating a beautiful, harmonious dance. It has no sense of humor. It does not judge whether your command is good for you or bad for you, whether it is empowering or limiting. It only knows how to obey. It is pure, creative energy, awaiting direction. And the most potent time to give that direction is in the quiet stillness of the night, when all the resistance and arguments of the conscious mind finally fade away, leaving a clear channel for your truest instruction to be received. Imagine your subconscious is this loyal partner, this master architect, and every night, before you drift off to sleep, you hand this partner a blueprint. You give it the plans for what it is to build in your life while you rest. For so many of us, without ever realizing it, we are handing our partner the blueprints for lack, the blueprints for struggle, the blueprints for not enough. We spend our last waking moments in a ritual of worry. We replay the arguments of the day. We tally up the bills we cannot pay, feeling the familiar knot of dread tighten in our stomachs. We stare at the frightening emptiness in our bank account, the numbers on the screen glowing like an accusation in the dark. We remember past failures and brace for future ones. And with each worried thought, with each fearful replay, we are drawing a meticulous line on that blueprint. A line that says, create more of this anxiety. A line that says, this feeling of being behind is my truth. This is the reality I expect. A line that commands, go out into the world and find me more evidence tomorrow that I am not safe, that I am not supported, that I do not have enough. And that faithful servant, your obedient partner, takes these chaotic, fear-drenched blueprints and says, with infinite love and zero judgment, yes, as you wish. And it works all night long. It tunes your energetic frequency to the vibration of lack. It aligns synchronicities that match your expectation of struggle. It subtly influences your choices and perceptions for the following day, preparing a stage set perfectly for the drama of not enough to play out once more. So you wake up in the morning, feeling a little heavier, a little more anxious, without knowing why. You go about your day, and sure enough, an unexpected bill arrives in the mail. A client you were counting on cancels. The car makes a strange, expensive-sounding noise. You have a difficult conversation about money that leaves you feeling small and powerless. And you think to yourself, see, I knew it. Life is a struggle. Money is hard. You believe you are simply observing reality. But you are not. You are observing the magnificent, flawless construction built from the very blueprints you provided the night before. Let's make this even more real. Let's walk into the sacred, private rooms of our inner worlds. Think of Sarah. She's a brilliant designer. Her creativity is a wellspring, but her family history is steeped in scarcity. Every night, it's the same ritual. She turns off the lights, and the blue glow of her phone illuminates her face. She opens her banking app. The number she sees, no matter what it is never enough. It triggers an immediate physical response. Her stomach clenches, her breath gets shallow. The ghost of her father's voice whispers in her ear, "You have to watch every penny. The other shoe is always about to drop." Her final thoughts are a frantic calculation of debt, a projection of future expenses, a deep, marinating soak in the cold, metallic feeling of lack. The blueprint she hands her subconscious isn't just a sketch, it's a detailed architectural drawing of a prison of financial anxiety. So her obedient partner gets to work. The next day, she sits down to create, but her inspiration feels stifled, weighed down by a pressure she can't name. When a major client puts a project on hold, citing budget cuts, it feels less like a surprise and more like an inevitability, a perfect confirmation of the story she told herself just hours before. Her reality is a perfect mirror, reflecting the precise instructions of her nightly meditation on lack. Now, think of Maya, a gifted healer. Her hands hold a palpable warmth, her heart a deep well of compassion. She wants to launch her practice, to share her gifts, but she is paralyzed by a deep-seated fear of visibility, a story that says, "It is not safe to be seen. You are too much." Her nightly ritual isn't about money. It's about worth. As she lies in the dark, her mind becomes a courtroom where she is always on trial. She replays a moment from childhood where a teacher shamed her for speaking up. She cringes, remembering a time she shared a big idea and was met with the soul-crushing sound of silence. She scrolls through social media, seeing other women in her field shining, and the voice of the prosecutor inside her whispers, "Who are you to do that? They're so much more qualified, you're not ready. Stay small, stay safe." The blueprint she hands over is for a fortress of self-doubt, with high walls and no windows. Her loyal partner accepts the order. The next day, she sits down to write the copy for her website, and her mind is a complete, static-filled blank. An opportunity arises to speak about her work at a networking event, but her throat tightens. Her words stumble out, feeling awkward and insecure. Her world becomes a flawless construction of the "I'm not good enough" blueprint, a reality where she is perpetually on the verge of starting, but never quite begins. And one more. Think of Clara. She is financially stable, but her heart is trapped in a cage of resentment. An old business partner, a person she trusted, left her with a heavy burden of debt and betrayal. It was years ago, but every night she reopens the wound. As she tries to sleep, her mind becomes a movie theater, replaying the betrayal in vivid detail. She feels the hot sting of anger, the heavy, suffocating cloak of victimhood. Her final thoughts are a litany of injustice. "It's not fair. My flow is blocked because of them. I am stuck because of what they did." Her blueprint is a detailed plan for a world of blockage, bitterness, and endless struggle. Her faithful servant dutifully obeys. The next day, a check she's expecting is for the wrong amount, requiring her to spend hours on the phone to fix it, reinforcing her belief that she must always fight. She gets into a frustrating negotiation where someone tries to undervalue her, mirroring the original betrayal. Her world is being built, brick by brick, from the plans of resentment she approves every single night. Sarah, Maya, and Clara are not broken. They are not unlucky. They are not victims of circumstance. No. Breathe that out and hear this truth. Let it land in your soul, in the very marrow of your bones. They are profoundly powerful creators. They are using a perfect, immutable spiritual law with absolute mastery. They are just unconsciously using that divine power to build worlds they do not want. And you, my dear, you are just like them. You are a master creator, a divine architect, wielding a power so immense it has shaped every single circumstance, every relationship, every dollar in your bank account up until this very moment. This is not a whisper of hope. It is a roar of truth. This is not a gentle suggestion. It is a spiritual awakening. This is the moment you reclaim your power. This is the moment you stop seeing yourself as a character tossed about by the plot of your life, and you remember, with a jolt that shakes you to your core, that you are the author, holding the pen. This is the moment you stop wandering the halls of your life as a tenant, and you remember that you are the architect, and the original blueprints are in your hands. This is the moment the light flips on in the control room of your own mind, and you see, for the very first time, that you have been at the helm all along. You are already doing it. You are already an expert at instructing your subconscious mind. You have been a master of this law your entire life. This is not a new skill you need to learn. It is a divine power you already possess, that you need only learn to direct with loving, conscious intention. There is no shame in this realization. You were never taught. You were taught to work hard, to be a good person, to save your money. No one ever told you that your final thought of the day was the most powerful transaction you would ever make. No one ever explained that your imagination was the treasury of the universe, and your feeling was the currency. So, breathe. Release any judgment. Feel that quiet spark of excitement in your soul, because you are about to consciously take the pen and redraw the entire blueprint of your life. You are about to become the deliberate, intentional writer of your own law of abundance. You are about to learn the art of millionaire sleep. It is a sacred, nightly ritual, a practice of turning your last waking moments into a temple of creation. It consists of 3 simple, sacred steps. The first step, the release. You cannot plant a new garden on top of soil that is filled with stones and weeds. You must first clear the ground. This step is non-negotiable. It's like clearing the static from a radio channel before you can tune into a new frequency. Before impressing a new idea, you must release the heavy energy of the day. Sit in stillness. Light a candle if it calls to you. Take your journal or just your own heart and write down or whisper everything that felt heavy. The worry, the frustration, the doubt. Let it pour out of you without judgment. Then declare its release. I now release the worries of this day. I release the need to figure it all out. I release all thoughts of lack, limitation, and fear. I hand them over to the infinite intelligence within me, which knows only peace, wholeness, and perfect supply. Feel your shoulders drop as you say it. This is your sacred act of clearing the channel. The second step, the vision. Now that the soil is fertile, choose your seed. Your subconscious thinks in the language of feelings and pictures. More money is too vague. Close your eyes. Ask your soul, what is the feeling of the abundance I desire? Is it the expansive calm of security? The giddy freedom of choice? The warm glow of generosity? Choose one dominant feeling. Now, create a short, looping mental movie of that feeling. Don't just see it, embody it. If it's security, feel the calm, slow beat of your heart as you look at your accounts. If it's freedom, feel the sun on your skin and smell the salt air of the dream vacation you just booked without a second thought. If it's generosity, feel the warmth in your chest as you write a significant check to a cause you love. Make it sensory, make it real. This is your new blueprint. The third and final step, the decree. This is where you seal your intention with the vibratory power of your spoken word. A decree is not a hopeful wish. It is a statement of what is already so in the realm of spirit. Choose a short, powerful, rhythmic affirmation and repeat it gently, like a lullaby, as you drift off to sleep. You are not forcing or striving. You are simply allowing the words to wash over you, to sink into the deep, receptive consciousness that is awaiting its command. Here are 3 Florence-style decrees for clearing debt and opening flow. My supply comes from God, and my river of gold flows, full and free. Every channel is open. Every debt is paid in full. I am the daughter of a king, and my divine inheritance is delivered to me now. For career, opportunity, and deservedness. Divine intelligence is my silent partner, and it cannot fail. I am guided to my right and perfect place, where my unique gifts are celebrated and lavishly rewarded with grace and ease. for releasing old patterns and embodying worthiness. I release the blueprint of lack and gratefully accept the divine design of my abundance. I am worthy of all the good that life has to offer, and I receive it now with joy, gratitude, and open arms. So right now, I invite you to make this real. Just for a moment. There's no pressure. Pause this video, close your eyes, choose one of those decrees, or one that is stirring in your own heart, and just whisper it to yourself one time. Feel the vibration of it in your throat, in your chest. Feel the truth of it. Go ahead. I'll be here when you get back. Welcome back. That feeling, that small shift you just felt, that is the beginning. That is the first line drawn on your new blueprint. You have successfully given your silent builder a new and beautiful instruction. And now, you simply let it get to work. You rest, you trust, you allow. Think of Lena, who began this nightly ritual. She was just like Sarah, ending every day with that familiar, cold clutch of fear. At first, the practice felt foolish, like a child's game. Her rational mind screamed objections, but she persisted. Every single night, release, vision, decree. She chose, my supply comes from God, and my river of gold flows, full and free. For the first week, nothing happened externally, but she noticed she wasn't waking up with that immediate jolt of anxiety. The morning dread was softer. That was the first sign. Then, an old client she thought was long gone called out of the blue with a project that was not only perfect for her, but paid more than her usual rate. A few days later, an unexpected refund check arrived. Inspired, clear ideas for her business began to flow in the shower, on walks, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of open reception. Slowly, gently, brick by brick, her silent builder was constructing a new reality around her, based on the blueprint of flow and freedom she delivered to it each night. Her outer world had no choice but to rearrange itself to match her new inner state. This is the path, gentle, grounded, real. As you begin, be patient. You are rerouting the course of a mighty river. You will likely feel resistance. As you lay there whispering your decree, your conscious mind might scream, "But look at the bank account. Who are you kidding?" Do not fight this voice. See it for what it is. The death rattle of an old belief system. The static on the radio before the new frequency locks in. Acknowledge it and gently, lovingly, return to your decree. The resistance is a sign you are succeeding. Your outer world may not change overnight. You are planting seeds in the invisible. When a gardener plants a seed, she does not dig it up the next day to check for progress. She trusts the unseen process. Your nightly decree is the watering. Your trust is the sunlight. The manifestation will come. It is law. Sometimes, a healing crisis can occur. An unexpected expense might appear. This is not failure. It is the silent builder doing a final house cleaning, pushing out the last of the old energetic debris to make solid ground for the new foundation. Stand firm in your faith. This is the storm before the brilliant calm. Know this: you are not broken. You have never been abandoned. You were simply operating from an old set of instructions, an outdated blueprint handed down to you by a world that did not know its own power. And tonight, you are remembering. You are remembering that you are the writer of your own law. You are the architect of your own reality. You are the one who holds the pen. Florence Scovel Shinn reminded us with such simple clarity, the subconscious is your faithful servant. Tonight, you get to give it new orders. Your final thought of the day is the most powerful conversation you will ever have. It is the prayer that is always, without fail, answered. So I ask you, with all the love and power stirring within you, what blueprint will you hand your silent builder tonight? You've been saying the affirmations for months, but deep down, nothing has changed. Why? Because the words mean nothing if your belief system stays the same. You have been polishing the surface while the engine underneath remains untouched. You have been painting the walls of a house that stands on a faulty foundation. The words are the paint. Your belief system is the foundation, and a foundation of lack cannot support a reality of abundance, no matter how beautifully you paint the walls. You have been sending your words out like little paper boats into a stormy sea of contrary belief, and you wonder why they never reach the shore. Here is the truth. The law is always working. It has been working perfectly your entire life. It is not broken, and neither are you. The problem is not the law. The problem is the instruction you have been feeding it. You see, your affirmations, your spoken words, are like messengers sent to the great creative power of your subconscious mind. But your subconscious does not speak the language of words alone. It is far more ancient, more primal than that. It speaks the language of feeling, the language of imagery, the language of identity. So when you say, "I am wealthy," but your nervous system screams, "No, you are not. You have never been. You are lying." Who do you think your subconscious believes? It believes the feeling. It believes the deep, cellular, historical belief. It believes the identity you have been rehearsing for years. It takes that feeling of lack, of fear, of scarcity, and it says, "Ah, this is the blueprint. This is the truth. I will now create more circumstances that match this feeling." Your words become hollow echoes in a chamber that is already vibrating with an older, stronger frequency. The great spiritual teacher Florence Scovel Shinn stated it with breathtaking clarity. She said, "Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving." Read that again. Not what he says he is receiving, not what he wishes he were receiving, but what he sees himself in the theater of his own mind, in the core of his own being, as worthy and capable of receiving. This is the missing bridge, the chasm between the words you speak and the reality you live. It is the distance between a hollow mantra and an embodied belief. Today, we are not just going to cross that bridge. We are going to become the bridge. We are going to rewire your belief system from the inside out, so that your words are no longer empty wishes, but powerful wands of creation. Let's begin. To understand how to build a new reality, you must first become a gentle, compassionate archaeologist of your current one. You must be willing to see what you have already built, without judgment, without shame, but with a clear and loving eye. Think about the area of your life where you feel the most stuck. Let's take money, for example. You say the words, "I am a magnet for financial abundance." You write it in your journal. You might even have it on a sticky note on your laptop. It's a beautiful phrase. But let's look at the emotional reality. An unexpected expense lands in your inbox. What is the immediate visceral reaction in your body? Is it a calm knowing that all is well, that you are supported? Or is it a jolt of adrenaline, a tightening in your chest, a familiar sinking feeling of, "Here we go again, there's never enough"? That feeling, that is your real affirmation. When you think about asking for a raise, what is the quiet, looping story in your mind? Is it, "I provide immense value and I am worthy of generous compensation"? Or is it a whisper of, "They'll say no, I shouldn't ask for too much, I should just be grateful for what I have"? That whisper, that is your true belief system at work. It's the same with love. You can affirm, "I attract my perfect, loving partner." But if you spend your evenings scrolling through images of other happy couples with a pang of envy, if you consistently choose partners who require you to shrink yourself, if your internal dialogue is a constant critique of your body, your personality, your worthiness, then your lived reality is a direct reflection of that inner state. Your subconscious mind, that faithful servant, is simply obeying the most consistent, most emotionally charged command it receives. It isn't listening to the pretty words you say for 5 minutes in the morning. It's listening to the 24-hour broadcast of your deepest, truest feelings about yourself and the world. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that man must be careful of his words, for they go forth into the invisible and build life and death. But this goes deeper than just spoken words. It's about the silent words you speak to yourself, the words of your body language, the words of your assumptions, the words of your reactions. These are the bricks and mortar of your reality. And here is where the power returns to you. Here is the great, illuminating moment. You are not a victim of this process. You are the master of it. You have been a master creator all along, flawlessly manifesting a reality that perfectly matches your dominant inner state. You are not broken. The law is not broken. You have simply been running an old program, an outdated blueprint handed down to you by family, by society, by past experiences. Today, you become the conscious programmer. Today, you reclaim the architect's pen. You are not trying to learn a new skill. You are simply remembering the power that has been yours all along. You are choosing, with intention, to give your faithful servant a new set of instructions. And this time, the instructions will align with the deepest desires of your soul. This is not about force. It is not about fighting with your mind. It is about rhythm. It is about gentle, persistent repatterning. We don't reprogram our minds through struggle. We reprogram them through sacred, consistent practice. I am going to give you a simple 3-step process. I call it the sacred rewiring practice. This is not a chore. This is a daily act of devotion to yourself. It is the most important meeting you will take all day. Find a quiet space, a sacred moment, morning or night. Put a hand on your heart. Breathe and begin. Step 1. The gentle witnessing. Before you can build a new house, you must see the foundation of the old one. You cannot release a belief you are not aware you are holding. So, for the first few minutes, you will simply witness. With infinite gentleness, ask yourself, what is the old, untrue story I have been living? Let it surface without judgment. Perhaps it's the story of, I have to work hard for every dollar, or good things don't last, or I am always the one who gets left behind, or I'm not qualified enough. Don't fight it. Don't wrestle with it. Just see it. Acknowledge it. Thank it even. It was a program that likely kept you safe at one point in your life. It was a shield, but you no longer need it. Now, you will consciously interrupt this loop. You are not going to leap from I am worthless to I am a magnificent goddess in one go. The nervous system will reject that. Instead, we build a bridge of neutrality. You will speak a simple, powerful phrase aloud, something like, I see this belief. I am willing to see this differently now. Or, I am open to letting this pattern go. Or, this was a story, and I am ready to write a new one. Feel the shift. It's a subtle release. You are not denying the old belief's existence. You are simply revoking its power. You are moving it from the driver's seat to the passenger seat. Step 2. The embodied affirmation. This is where we reclaim the true power of the word. Most people repeat affirmations like they are reading a grocery list. We will not do that. We will turn your affirmation into a full, felt, sensory experience. Choose 1, maybe 2, affirmations that speak to the new reality you are creating. Make them feel good. Make them resonate. Now, we combine the 3 essential elements: word, vision, and emotion. First, you say the word aloud. Let's use the example. I am divinely guided to my perfect place, my perfect work, my perfect people. Say it slowly. Let the sound of your own voice become a frequency that tunes your energy field. Second, you create the vision. Close your eyes. What does that look like? Don't just see a vague concept. See the details. See yourself walking into an office where you feel valued and alive. See yourself laughing with friends who truly see and celebrate you. See the light in your own eyes as you look in the mirror. Your subconscious mind thinks in pictures. Give it a clear, beautiful picture to work with. Third, and most importantly, you invoke the emotion. This is the fuel. This is the magic. Florence said, "You must act as if you had already received." Acting is feeling. Ask yourself, what would I feel in my body if this were already my reality? Would you feel a sense of peace in your chest? Let yourself feel that peace now. Would you feel your shoulders drop, released from a heavy burden? Let them drop now. Would you feel a quiet confidence, a solidness in your core? Breathe into that feeling now. This is not pretending. This is rehearsing. You are emotionally rehearsing your future. You are sending the most powerful signal possible to the universe and to your own subconscious. This is who I am now. This feeling is my new home. Do this for 5 minutes. Say the word, see the vision, feel the emotion. Let them merge into one seamless, powerful current of creation. Step 3. The sacred declaration. As you begin this practice, the old programming will not go quietly. It will flare up. It is the mind's last attempt to keep you in the familiar zone of what it knows. A bill will arrive, and the old panic will rise. A critical comment will be made, and the old feeling of unworthiness will surface. This is a critical moment. This is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that the work is working. The old shadows are coming up to be cleared by the new light. In this moment, you do not shrink. You do not spiral. You speak back. You use what Florence called your word of power. You consciously, audibly override the old frequency. The old thought comes, "See? It's not working. You'll never have enough." You speak back, out loud if you can, with quiet conviction. "Every channel is clear. Every plan succeeds. I am divinely supplied with all that I require." The old feeling surfaces. "I'm not good enough for that opportunity." You speak back, anchoring yourself in the truth. "I am a perfect idea in the divine mind, and I now manifest my perfect self. My talent is in demand." This is not a battle, it is a redirection. Florence taught that the game of life is a game of boomerangs. Man's thoughts, deeds, and words return to him sooner or later with astounding accuracy. When you speak back to the fear, you are catching the old boomerang of lack and consciously throwing out a new one of faith and abundance. You are training your mind with loving firmness to obey a new authority, your conscious, awakened self. As you commit to this practice, be gentle with yourself. You are planting seeds in soil that was once hard and rocky. It takes time for the roots to take hold. There will be a period where your inner world is shifting profoundly, but your outer world has not yet caught up. This is the most sacred and often most challenging phase of transformation. Do not lose faith here. Think of it like flipping a great circuit breaker in the basement of your mind. For a moment, the old lights flicker and go out. There might be a period of seeming darkness or confusion before the new, brilliant, steady light comes on. That flickering is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that the rewiring is happening. The old reality was built over decades. Be patient as you build the new one over days and weeks. The discomfort you feel is the friction of transformation. The moments of doubt are the death throes of an old identity that no longer serves you. Stay the course. Every time you choose to witness the old story without believing it, you loosen its grip. Every time you embody the feeling of your new reality, you strengthen its foundation. Every time you speak back to fear with faith, you reclaim another piece of your sovereign power. You are not just attracting things, a new job, more money, a relationship. You are building something far more profound. You are building a new identity. You are shifting from a woman who hopes for the best to a woman who expects and allows the best. You are shifting from a woman who chases approval to a woman who is the source of her own approval. You are shifting from a woman who operates from fear and lack to a woman who knows, deep in her bones, that she is the beloved, worthy, and magnificently supplied creator of her own life. This is the real work. The outer world will always reshape itself around this inner shift. It has no other choice. It is the law. So, here is the truth, and here is the choice. The truth is, you are not broken. You have never been. You are not a flawed student of spiritual law, struggling to get it right. You are a master of it, who is simply waking up to her own immense, innate power. The affirmations didn't fail you. The words were just waiting for you to fill them with the breath of true belief, with the light of inner vision, with the pulse of genuine feeling. Your word is your wand, as Florence taught, but it only holds magic when you wield it with the full conviction of your heart, with the steadfast faith of your soul, with the unshakable trust in who you truly are. The choice now is yours. Will you continue to speak hollow words into a system that is programmed for an old reality? Or will you begin the sacred rhythmic work of rewiring your very being to become a vibrational match for the miracles that are already waiting for you? This is your moment of reclamation. I invite you to make a declaration, not just to me, but to yourself, to the universe. Let this be the moment your shift begins. Go to the comments and declare the old belief you are now ready to release and the new truth you are choosing to embody in its place. This is not just a comment. This is a contract with your soul. Your words have power. Your choice has power. Your feeling has power. What new truth are you choosing to feel, to see, and to become, starting right now?